Good evening one and all, and welcome to the video. The goal of this video is to show you a design pattern while working with migration jobs, ETL, or when you are asked essentially to move data from database A to database B, for example from Mongo to SQL, Mongo to S3, or SQL to Mongo, SQL to S3, whatever that is, right? A to B. You could leverage the use of this design pattern, right? We'll be using the object injection model, singleton, and enums, and we'll be creating instances inside the enum objects. So let me show you more in the goal. Again, I'm going to repeat the goal of the video. The goal of the video is essentially to show you a design pattern that allows you to write migration scripts pretty easily using the concept of connectors. Okay, so let me show you, man. It's beautiful, right? So the very first thing that I'm going to do, don't worry about the code inside that. I'm showing you the pattern, how I'm laying out my classes. Okay, so let's get started. So let's say you are writing a script to migrate data from MongoDB to SQL Server. Okay, so you'll write a normal Python script. No, we want to do things in a nice manner, right? So I'm going to show you a popular pattern that I usually prefer a lot. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to define, and as I said, just keep following with me. I'm going to define a class called MongoDB settings. So what my goal or my thought process here is to encapsulate all these objects, database, collection, whatever the connection string into a class. Okay. So far, hopefully you guys are with me, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna collapse this class. Hopefully put this on one line. So, oopsie, put this here, collapse this class, okay? So I have a settings class. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a class called MongoDB. So this class right here takes a MongoDB settings, this instance, okay? So the model that I'm using here is injection model. And hold on, we still have enums, right? I'll show you the concept still. So this one right here takes the instance or the object, and over here, as you can see, I'm passing in the instance, and I'm saying if type of self.mongo settings, if whatever instance passes, you are passing me if it is not equal to the MongoDB settings name, then raise an exception. Hey, please pass me the right settings. And after that, I simply have a get method that gets data from MongoDB. Remember, I just said, this code, what is written inside is not important at this point. What I'm showing you is the design pattern, what's important, okay? So at this point, I have a class called MongoDB settings. I have a class called MongoDB, right? Now, here is the concepts of connector that I love to use this. I've been using a lot in my company as well. So what's the connector concept here? So let's create a connector object, and this would be an enum, and I'll start explaining you. Now, over here, you can have as many connector objects as you have. For example, let's say you're connecting to MongoDB QA. For example, okay, MongoDB QA. So the way enum works, I'm using a key called MongoDB, and the value is gonna be the instance of the class. Okay. Now remember, this MongoDB takes is an instance, so which is why I use injection model. I separated out the parameters such as connection string, database name, collection name, and look at this. MongoDB settings, right? So this takes that collection name. I'm just defining empty strings for now. I'm showing you the concept. Remember, not the code here. So this is exactly how you wanna. So let me complete that. So I think the last thing is the connection string. So that's that, right? So the client will be accessing the connector object and not this. And just hear me out. Just keep hearing me out, okay? So far I have two classes, MongoDB settings and MongoDB. Now you want to connect to SQL Server, right? Which is why I'm showing you a pattern, right? So let's have a class called database settings for SQL Server. So this is gonna hold all the data essentially for SQL Server. Connection string, username, password, UID, timeout. This will create your SQL Server PyODBC connection string, okay? So I have imported that. I'm gonna collapse this. Same approach as I said, settings class for the database, and then we'll create a class with all the methods, and we'll add it in the connector object. Just keep watching what I'm doing, okay? Don't lose me, okay? Hopefully you're there with me so far. Now I have the database class, okay? The database class would again take. So we'll change things a little bit here. I think what we have to do here. So give me a couple of seconds, okay? So over here as well, now we'll pass in the database settings. Remember, same approach. We are using that injection model here as well in programming. We'll define this as a lowercase. okay, and we do the same thing. So we say self dot, we pass in the instance variable, okay, and we say if type is a word in Python that you can use to check the type, right? And then I'm going to say database settings is not equal to, and remember I want to use the magic method name inside that, and I want to say if it is not equal to the database settings, that means you're doing something wrong. So raise exception. Okay, so let's, okay, please pass the correct instance. Now remember this one right here is an instance, so I have access to all the attributes here, okay, remember that. So now the goal or the idea here is you'll say self dot database settings dot connection string, that way you have access to that and this should be fine, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna collapse this class. Now take a look at this concept of connectors. So I have this enum right now. I'm gonna make one more enum here. In the same enum I'm gonna say SQL server QA, for example. I'm just making it up, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll say database settings, okay? And again we can pass in I think what was that, UID. We'll just pass in this. All I'm trying to show you is the concept. I just said UID, PWD, whatever. What are all the parameters for that? Let me see. So database, we have port, server, okay, so port, we'll pass that as well quickly. Port, server, I think timeout, whatever that is. Anything else we are passing to that? Timeout, that's pretty much it, right? Let's collab all the class. Now as I said, just be with me. So what I did is essentially I have a settings class for each database that I'm interacting with, MongoDB, SQL Server, AWS, whatever it is, right? Then I have the actual class which injects essentially the instance of a settings, right, which you can see here, right? Now what I did is I'm encapsulating everything in an enum. So now let's say now see how beautifully you can use this, okay? Say now you're writing a script to move data from MongoDB to SQL Server. Man, easy like that. Take a look at this. So MongoDB to SQL. Now you write a class, okay, and you say object. Now take a look at how beautifully you can write migration scripts like a pro with this design pattern, right? So now you can say, you can use the word connector. I like to use the word connector, and take a look at this. So now you can say connector. Now the connector dot, remember you want the MongoDB instance dot value. So remember this is the instance of the class, which means I can access all the attributes ATTRI in the MongoDB class. Remember, it's an instance of a class. It's an instance. Remember, I'm saying it again, right? Let me, oops, I don't want to collapse all that. But when I say, see how I'm using it. So what I said, I want to develop a script from MongoDB to SQL Server, right? So I said connector Mongo, connector.mongodb. The key and then the value. Now I'll do the same thing for SQL Server. Now here, what do you think it will be? See how you're encapsulating your code now? So now it becomes a piece of cake, right? So now I can say a run method, okay? Now take a look at this. So since you have access to these classes, right? All these methods as well. So let's say whatever query you ran, so I can write query Mongo is equal to whatever. I'm just writing a pseudocode, so just understand the concept. Now you can remember, since this is an instance, that means you can access all the attributes. So I can say response is equal to, I can use self dot connector Mongo dot. When I use the word dot, I have access to all the methods here. So I can say get data, okay. Now once you get the data, now you can do the similar thing. If you want to insert it to SQL Server, you can say self dot connector. Instead of this, you'll use connector SQL, and then we could essentially call the insert, and of course you can have queries here, whatever that SQL query is on that. So hopefully you got the approach, right? So I collapse everything, and let me just go over it once again. So the goal or the idea is to use connectors as much as possible. So whatever database connection you're using, let's say Mongo, AWS, create enum of connector objects. So create an enum and have a key called MongoDB, AWS connector, SQL Server connector, whatever database there is. So that way their value, so you can also use the word aliases, and their value can come from os.getEnv, secret manager. Now all you gotta do is simply use the connector object in your main class. See the way I'm doing it. So connector Mongo, so I use the enum name, right? This is the class enum name, right? Connector. Then I use what enum what database instance I want. So I want the instance of MongoDB. So I use the word MongoDB QA. That's what I want to connect to. Dot value. This gives you the instance of the class, which means this is the instance, right? Address where that class is stored. That means I can access all the methods and attributes inside the class, right? So now in my run function, I can simply use self.connector. So remember, I think I have the word self 2 times, self.connector Mongo, and then you can access all the methods inside that. And then similarly, same for SQL Server, you could write scripts much more easily. This way you could organize your code much better, and you won't have problems while you're writing big migration script. Try to use this approach and let me know, okay? I've been using it a lot, as I said. I hope you will enjoy this as well. One more couple of things you could do, we could all remember, whenever you're working with database, you don't want to create multiple instances of the class. So that's where you can also use something called design pattern, right? So over here, I'm going to use a singleton design pattern that prevents creating multiple instances of the class, okay? So I have a class called singleton. Now what I could easily do here, take a look at the magic, okay? So I can just say meta class is equal to singleton. Now I cannot, in my main class, I would only have one and only one unique instance, okay? So I would also do the same thing for database object. Now I have a singleton design pattern. I cannot create multiple instances. You could also add slots to make this code much more efficient. Slot essentially prevents attribute adding runtime, and you can read more about slots, but I'm just showing you all that. You could define this as a private attribute, which means the user cannot change it, right? So so yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, let me know in the comment section below. I would leave the base pseudocode in the description as well, so you can check that out. Let me know your thoughts on this design pattern. I have been using it a lot. It's called a connector pattern, right? So essentially you create connector objects and you essentially use that via enum essentially. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any more questions, list your question in the comments. Keep smiling, keep programming. See you guys.